So there was this teaching I had last year. That's in 2024. It was weird to say last year, but it was said that if you really want to get higher pay increasingly, you need to like change jobs like every 2 years. Then I heard another teaching elsewhere. The person said that person asked a CEO of, I think it was Mrs. Ibuka Woshika. I went for a program for Life Series, and then there was a CEO of Shell that was in that program, and she asked the person, how long has the person been with Shell? The CEO or manager, I can't remember, or somebody in a top management role. And she asked this person, how long have you been with Shell before you got this position? The person was like, I think 10 years or thereabouts, but it was a long time. And it brings the question of, should I jump from company to company because I want to be paid higher, or should I just stay in a company because of the potential of growth? So this video will be addressing those two different angles. First off, if you want to stay in a particular company, you want to get higher pay, how do you negotiate higher pay? And then secondly, how do you know when to stay in a particular company because there's a huge potential of growth? Now coming to the first part of negotiating higher pay. I've been opportuned and graced to sit on the board of an interview, and we've interviewed hundreds of persons. And I've also been opportuned to hear the conversations around salary increases. When I posted this same thing I'm talking about now on WhatsApp, I said your employer will pay you higher if you help your employer make money. There's no employer that wants to lose a good staff. There's a way you can waylay the employer. The employer will know that if you are not giving me what is due me, I leave. So when you have that at the back of your mind, if you are thinking of going to negotiate a higher pay, please ask yourself first off, how have I helped my employer make more money? You might not be in a role where you directly make money for the company. So if you're not in a role where you directly make money for your company, then you should also be helping your company save money. Because if your employer is saving money, it means that they have way more money to put back into the business or more profits from the business. So yours could be maybe you are just very fantastic at what you do. Yes, you are employed as maybe an admin person, but you've got to add more things to yourself that you do a lot of things that they might not even need to employ an extra role to fill a particular position. So when you know that you are doing all those things and you're doing it effectively well, you can go to your employer and say, oh, boss, so I would like to ask for a higher pay. I've been able to help the company do this. And because of this, you've been able to, cap how much we spend on this, that. Mention the things that you have done to help the company either make money or save money. That is the best way to negotiate a higher pay. See, no long talks. Don't come from the point of inflation, because we're talking about inflation. Your employer is also paying more and spending more. We're talking about economy. I mean, is your employer in a different economy from the one that you are in? We're talking about staying in the company for 2 years. I said on WhatsApp that if you have been in the company for 2 years and your salary has not been reviewed, it's more or less like you have become a furniture. This furniture I'm sitting on right now gets to a point where to the owner just sees it as something that he or she knows that is there, but it's not really doing so much for him or her being there. Like, the employer is just comfortable with you being in that space, right? I mean, you are doing the barest minimum. They're just fine with you being there. They're not spending more on your role, and you are honestly there until they find that best person to replace you. So if you don't want to come to the office one morning and meet on your desk a sack letter, please listen to what I'm saying right now. Go and upskill yourself. But it's not enough that because you were employed for a particular role, you only know things limited to that role. Because if you check well, there are AI tools that can now do those things that used to be your sole job. Somebody who is just like smart and pick up AI tool, input some prompts, and what could take you 2 hours to do, and it's like, oh, you done a great job. Now AI is doing it in like a couple of minutes. So it means you need to know way more than whatever your role entails. Go and bag certifications, take courses, be certified. I was on an interview one time, and we're interviewing for a particular role. I don't want to disclose that role. And one thing that my boss was looking out for was somebody who did not have Esosa last certification like 2-3 years ago. The only criteria that we used to pick who we went for was somebody who just got certified from a particular course that same year. So there were others that actually had great school, they had a great CGPA. There were those that had that, but the only thing that stood out, the person that we picked, was because that person constantly learned something new. There were things that the person person learned in 2024 that the person got certified for, and that was why we went for that person. So take this very seriously. Consistently learn things, get certified, upskill yourself. It helps a lot. And now to the other part I said I was going to address in this video. How long should you stay in a company for before you move to another company? First off, you have established that you can be in a company and get increased pay periodically if you do the things I mentioned, right? If you proposition your bosses with how you can either help them make more money or save money. A quick tip: if you presently have not helped the company make more money and you want to look at ways that you can incorporate that, right? Like striking a deal with your company before incorporating that. First off, do all your own work on the kind of business you want to bring into the company. Be sure that whoever you want to work with to help your business to make more money, they are very legit. Do your own work on whether your company is willing to go into that line of partnership, and then do your mathematics. Then come to your boss to say, okay, go and watch Smart Money Woman. You see what Lara did with the couple she was working with? Yes, exactly that. Come to your boss with, I'm able to bank all this particular bank all this particular partnership, and from this we can get this. Again, know your mathematics. If I'm able to bring this deal into the company, I would like this percentage, right? And then weigh what your bosses say and reach a middle ground. That way you can even make extra money aside your salary. Now back to the other part. How long do you have to stay in a company before you know if or not you can stay with this company long term, or if you have to move on? Now, first off on this, ensure that whatever job you're doing in that company is something that you enjoy doing. I tell people that this life is so short. Why spend it doing what you're not happy about? So why do you want to stay at a company? Because it just makes you money, and in the real sense of it, you don't find fulfillment in what you do for work. So when exactly will you begin to find fulfillment in what you do? Is it when you are old or gray, or something just happens and then the life is gone? I'm very much strong on live this life like anything can happen tomorrow. And it means I need to do everything you enjoy doing, be in a job you love, find a way to make money from the things that make you happy, fulfilled, right? So if you're in a company and then you want to say, should I be staying in this company to grow in this company? First off, I hope you're in a space where you are doing what you like. Secondly, I hope the company allows you really grow. Your wings are not stifled. Are your bosses open to suggestions on how, anything you tell them based on how the company can move forward and it makes sense? Are they open to taking it? And third, look at those who have been there before you. What has been their growth projection like? Have you heard about those who came in at this level and right now they are at this level? And have you seen a significant change or increase in their life's quality as they moved across those levels? If you are able to tick these 3 boxes, then yes, no need to jump from company to company. Along the line, if you're very valuable staff, negotiate higher pay as you progress. And if you see that there's a huge growth potential in the company, stay there, grow there. There's a lot that you can gain. Like that CEO or manager of Shell, I can't remember what post she was in, but she worked with Shell and she has grown so much over the long time she has been in that company. People are making so much money. I know of someone, I don't want to mention who he used to me. He was telling me that he would never want to own a business. When I asked why, he said where he works, he earns in Naira and he earns in dollars. Naira and dollars. And in a month, he makes nothing less than, I think, $7,000. He lives in Nigeria. He has leave allowance. He has wardrobe. He's not working with the government. A private company. He has wardrobe allowance. And he loves what he does for work. So you can actually, and he didn't get there. So when he joined the company, he's paid them, I think it's 120,000. Now he's been in the company for about 10 years and he has grown so much. He earns in what? Naira and dollars. He has found more opportunities to earn more money within the same company and industry he's working in. So if the place you are in, was telling me about how some people that are left now, comparing them to himself, he has grown so much potential because he stayed back in the company. So don't always look to jump. The grass is not always greener on the other side. Sit first and study what's happening. If you see these 3 things I talked about, if they are in place, stay back, grow with that company. Alright? If you have questions, please, the comment section is all yours as always, and I will see you in the next video. Remember, stay